Today I messed up by snooping on my best friend's phone right before our first date. A lot of context is needed here. My friend Emma, 21F, and I, 20M, have been extremely close for about 3 years now, talking pretty much all day every day and hanging out every chance we get. When we moved to college a few years ago, we started becoming physically close and I caught feelings for her. I was direct with her about how I felt and she got really angry with me, not talking to me for a week or two after until I apologized and took it back. Since then, she's apologized for how mad she got, but I can't help but still feel guilty for feeling the way I do about her. In October, we got to talking about how I felt. I had done my best to not make my feelings an issue for her, and at that point, I finally felt ready to get over her once and for all. I told her that I thought I needed closure, and that I would like to hear directly from her that she did not and would not like me. She told me that she didn't feel that way about me, but hesitated to rule it out in the future. I wanted to keep the conversation light, so I started half-jokingly exaggerating the lengths I would go to take her on a date. She eventually said, "I'll tell you what, if we're both single in March, you can take me on a date." I fully did not expect this, and I didn't know what to say besides yes. I went out of town for the week following that conversation, during which I talked to my family, who basically told me that I shouldn't wait 5 months for a girl who doesn't want me. This made me feel really uncertain about what to do and how to behave around Emma. So when I got back into town and we ended up snuggling at a party, I asked her why we can't do the date now. She told me that she needed to get her shit together, and we compromised by moving the date to January. I wasn't fully okay with that, but I said yes anyway. She had been cheated on by her ex a few months prior, and I didn't want to push her to do something she wasn't ready for. Fast forward to election night, where we're watching the election coverage and getting drunk. As I get up to go to the bathroom, I see her getting a call from a contact named Dominic:3. I try to not let it bother me, but I can't stop thinking about the condition that we both be single at the time of the date, and my family saying that she doesn't like me. I know that I should have just asked her who he was, or better yet, not worried about it. I didn't do that, though. Instead, when she left her phone beside me when she went to bathroom, I unlocked it and looked through her messages with Dominic:3. She had left most of his texts undelivered, other than one of her saying that she had a nice time at a party. I was relieved to see that she obviously wasn't really interested, but I simultaneously felt awful about what I had just done. That night, I confided in my roommate, Emma and I's mutual friend, that I had snooped through Emma's phone and that we had this date planned. Emma had also asked me not to tell anyone about the date, another fuck-up I had. A few weeks passed and I had mostly forgotten about the incident. On Thanksgiving, however, I get a drunk call from my roommate, telling me that they accidentally told Emma what I did. We haven't spoken since, and she hasn't returned my initial texts or calls. We were supposed to go to 2 parties this weekend, but I've decided that I probably shouldn't go. All I want to do at this point is apologize. I acted selfishly and out of insecurity, and I hate that I hurt her of all people. I really don't know if she's going to forgive me, and I imagine I for sure fucked any chance I had of dating her. She's told me that she often feels like I'm the only person that belongs in her life, and I feel like I've soiled that. I just feel like an idiot, and like I ruined the strongest connection I'm ever gonna have. I should have never said yes to the date in the first place, I should have never looked through her phone, and I should have never told my roommate. TLDR, got the opportunity to take my best friend Sash crush on a date, but ruined it by snooping on her phone because I saw her talking to another guy. Edit. Thanks for your replies, everyone. I've never really discussed this in such detail with anyone before, and it's nice to hear some outside perspective. I appreciate your bluntness, haha. I think that's just what I need right now. In case it isn't obvious, I've never been in a relationship before. I've had casual experiences, but I've been too hung up on Emma to pursue anything serious outside of her. I've done a lot of work on my self-esteem this year, and I think whatever happens, I'll be okay, and I will learn and grow from this. I want to make things right with her, because I really do care about her as a friend. I know I mean a lot to her, and knowing that I hurt her is the worst feeling in the world. But I also understand that I need to move on and I deserve someone who wants me. Whenever we end up talking, I'm going to own up to my mistake. No excuses. Today I messed up by trying to bang a goth baddie, and my wife found out. My 31M wife, 32F, and I are in a healthy and happy relationship. That said, we've been together since high school, so we both feel that we missed out a little by being each other's only sexual experiences. We've talked about this at length and decided a few years ago that we're okay with having a few hall passes in our relationship, since we very much intend to stay together the rest of our lives and don't want any resentment over missed possibilities. Plus, it's pretty rare that we could even find such an opportunity, as it's a little hard to find hookups when you're in a committed marriage and don't go out much. We even gave each other advance approval in case a situation arises, so long as we're safe about it, and tell each other immediately afterward. We've both used 1 HP, each with someone we knew well enough but would never see again, and no issues came out of it. In fact, it's only made us more secure in our relationship and how much we genuinely appreciate being with each other. Recently, I had to travel to London for work. I don't normally get to travel for work, so I decided to make a trip out of it and spend a few extra days of my own time in the city after the project was done. My wife couldn't join because she didn't have any vacation time left, but was very supportive of me taking some time to explore since I've never been to London, and she has. Being cheap and being a pretty outgoing guy when I'm so inclined, I decided to stay in a hostel. I was interested in meeting other travelers since I didn't know anyone in the city and love being sociable with new people. I chatted with several of the people staying there, and in particular a very attractive French girl, mid-20s, who dressed super goth. For context, I love the goth girl look. I've been sucked into the goth GF propaganda online, much to the annoyance of my wife. It isn't her style, but she has been nice enough to cater to me by putting on a sexy goth outfit on occasion, since she knows it's a huge fantasy of mine. Still, I pester her constantly to be more goth because I enjoy it so much. Anyway, I ended up spending a little bit of time with goth French baddie. We both went to the hostel's happy hour event and hit it off there. I found out that she was recently single and was in London for an art show. It turned out we were both into emo music, and we talked about our favorite bands. I had the thought that she was acting a bit flirty towards me, but didn't think too much of it, until I later found myself sharing a sink with her in the hostel bathroom. The hostel was co-ed, so each floor had a small shared bathroom with a communal sink, and a door that was meant to be kept open but which people frequently closed for the sake of having more privacy than just a stall to shower in. So I'm brushing my teeth while chatting up the real-life version of Shadowheart, who, mind you, is wearing an extremely low-cut top, when she suddenly closes the bathroom door behind us. In my mind, my wildest fantasy is about to come true. It's even more exciting because of the adrenaline rush of being in a semi-public setting, and a girl being so into me that she would make such a bold move. I can't believe this is actually happening to me. I instantly get hard. Then she turns around and asks, "Are you interested in learning about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?" She had me cornered for 10 minutes, trying to talk me into salvation, while I grew increasingly despondent and immensely disappointed, with the whiplash of going from what could have been one of the crowning moments of my life to pure and utter dejection. When I told my wife this story, she laughed for a solid hour. She said it's karma for annoying her about wanting a goth girlfriend. TLDR life dream was to bang a hot goth girl. Thought I was getting the opportunity but got cock-blocked by Jesus Christ. God is real and he hates me. Today I messed up by not telling my doctor how many Tic Tacs I eat per day. So I'm absolutely fucking obsessed with the fruit adventure flavor of Tic Tacs. The flavor combined with the soft smush they make between your teeth when you chew them makes my brain very happy. I've been buying them in bulk, where each container has 200 candies each, and they come in bulk packs of 12 containers. I tend to eat them by the handful while I'm working or gaming, so in a day, I can easily slam through 1 to 2 containers. Now keep in mind that on the nutrition label, it says the serving size is 1 candy and is listed as having 0 calories, which I thought was awesome because I could have as many as I want. Over the past year, I found that I gained about 40 pounds, and nothing about my eating habits had changed as far as I was aware. I told my doctor about it and she was a bit worried, so she had me do a bunch of blood work to see if there was a reason why I gained so much weight in a short period of time. Everything came back normal. She referred me to see a weight loss doctor who would also have me see a dietitian. I had been working with the dietitian for a few months now, and we have me keep a food log. I had a virtual visit with her today, and during it, I was fiddling around with an empty container to keep my hands busy. She saw it and asked where I got such a large container from, so I told her about it and how I eat 1 to 2 of those per day. She asked why those weren't on my food tracker, and I said it was because there's 0 calories so they wouldn't count. Apparently, I was very, very wrong about this. She explained to me that food companies can label something as being 0 calories if the food's serving size contains 5 or less calories. In reality, each individual Tic Tac actually has about 2 calories. So, essentially, since each container has 200 pieces, and I typically have 1 to 2 of those, I've been eating 400 to 800 plus calories per day of Tic Tacs, in addition to all the other food I've been eating, which is very likely why I've gained so much weight. TLDR. Didn't realize that Tic Tacs weren't actually 0 calories and gained a ton of weight because I eat so many a day. Edit. Just wanted to clarify that I'm aware that sugar will in fact make you gain weight. I'm not that stupid. But I never actually read the product ingredients. I assumed they must have been made with something like xylitol or some other artificial sweetener to make them 0 calories, so it never crossed my mind to check. Edit 2. Dang, y'all are brutal LMAO. But at least some good came out of it since apparently, like me, a lot of people didn't realize about the less than 5 calories per serving rule can legally be classified as 0 in the US. Personally, I wish we could have the model they do in other countries where they list calories per X amount of grams. Edit 3. My teeth are fine. I actually just had a dentist appointment 2 weeks ago. No cavities or decay, gums are healthy. Despite my candy habit, I do take good care of my teeth.